Here's a strange fact. The most hated watering tool in Britain is the smart water timer, not the cheap one, the clever one. Read the reviews and you will find grown adults radicalized by a tap. I am Michal. I drive buses in Belfast and there is a water timer on my own tap working fine. Today, the 4 ways these automatic watering systems fail and how to buy a watering timer that will not fail you. Let us be fair to the machine first, because the idea is not the problem. I drive early shifts. Some mornings I am out the door at 5:10, and in June my greenhouse does not care where I am. A timer that waters while I work is not a gadget. It is the only way that greenhouse survives. So the promise on the box sounds like common sense. Water from anywhere, skip the rain. A separate schedule for every corner of the garden. Set it once and stop thinking about it. That is what people pay for. And I want to be clear, every one of those promises is technically honest. The trouble is the small print nobody reads because it is not printed anywhere. Between your phone and your tap, there is a journey. The instruction leaves the app, crosses the internet, and finds your router. Then it has to travel from your house to a lump of plastic screwed onto an outside tap. That last stretch is short, 20 meters, maybe 30. And that little stretch of British garden is where the whole promise goes to die. 4 different ways as it happens. Now let me show you the scale of the wreckage. There is a thread on the Irrigation forums titled, and I quote, "Rainbird Wi-Fi controller is garbage. The man who wrote it is not some pensioner fighting a smartphone. He is a wireless engineer. Networks are his day job. His access point sat 2 meters from the controller. You could pass a biscuit between them. It still kept dropping off the network. And the app took 30 to 40 seconds to load. Think about that. The kettle boils faster than the app that turns your water on." Another brand, another thread. One reviewer described Orbit's product as 70% of the way to being very good. In this trade that counts as a compliment. The last 30% is the part where it works. Here is what struck me, reading hundreds of these reviews. The anger sounds chaotic, but it is not. The same 4 complaints come around again and again, like buses on a loop. Signal, app, cloud, and no way out when it all goes wrong. Hundreds of angry reviews collapse into just 4 piles. So let us take them one at a time. Failure Mode 1. The signal dies at the tap. Picture where your router lives. Front room, probably on a shelf near the phone socket. Now picture where the timer lives. Screwed to a tap on the back wall, or halfway down the garden behind a shed. Between those 2 points stand your walls. And if your house is anything like the ones on my street in Belfast, those walls are 100 years of solid brick. Wi-Fi was designed for a laptop in the same room as the router. It was never designed to fight through 2 brick walls and 40 meters of wet garden. But here is the trap that catches everyone. You stand at the tap, you look at your phone, and the phone shows Wi-Fi bars. So you assume the timer will be fine. It will not. Your phone is a powerful little computer with a decent aerial, held at chest height. The timer is a plastic box with a tiny aerial strapped to a metal tap, half a meter off the ground. On my bus route there are 2 stops where the radio always drops out. Same bus, same radio. It is the geography that decides, not the equipment. Your outside tap is one of those stops. The full physics of this, why some signals pass walls and some bounce off, that is next week's episode. For now, know this. The tap is a dead zone, and the box does not mention it. Bluetooth models have their own version of this problem, a 10-meter promise that shrinks to nothing outdoors. That one gets an episode of its own. Failure Mode 2. The app that hides the truth. When a smart timer loses its connection, you would hope the app just says so. It rarely does. In those same threads, you find the app blaming a wrong Wi-Fi password. The password was not wrong, the signal was gone, but the software picked a different story and sent people off resetting things that were never broken. That is the real damage, not the bug itself, but the hours of your life spent chasing the wrong fault. And this is a pattern across the whole category. These are plumbing companies mostly. They spent decades making brass and valves, and they are good at brass and valves. Then the market demanded an app, so they built one. The way I cook, technically, and with great reluctance. Remember the number from earlier, 70% of the way to very good. The valve is the easy 70, the software is the missing 30, and you are buying both. Failure mode 3. The cloud holds your garden hostage. Here is something the box never explains. When you tap water now, that instruction does not go from your phone to your timer. It goes from your phone to the company's computers, sometimes on another continent, and then comes all the way back to your garden. Your water runs through their servers. So ask the obvious question. What happens when those servers have a bad day, or a worse one? What happens when the company gets bored, or bought, or goes under? On the home automation forums, one commenter put the fear perfectly. How do you protect yourself from being extorted for a monthly fee, or left with an expensive paperweight? That is the whole risk in one sentence, a paperweight with a valve in it. Now, the good designs have an answer. The schedule lives inside the timer itself, so when the internet dies, the watering carries on without it. The bad designs keep the brains in the cloud, and the cloud keeps them. So here is the question to ask before you buy. If my broadband goes off tonight, does the schedule still run tomorrow morning? We will put that to a proper test later this series. Failure mode 4, and this is the one that costs real money. No way out when it goes wrong. On the irrigation forums, there is a story that should be printed on every box. A smart timer jammed in the open position and nobody noticed. It ran for 48 hours straight, 2 full days of water pouring into one garden, until the water company themselves rang the house to ask what on earth was going on. The bill came to $400 because that one happened in America. The physics works exactly the same in pounds. Now think about what jammed open means. Ask yourself how you would stop it. If your only way in is the app, and the app is the thing that failed, you have no way in at all. When your only key to a door is broken, it matters very much which side of the door you are standing on. So there they are, the 4 failure modes. The signal dies at the tap. The app hides the truth. The cloud holds it hostage. And when it breaks, there is no way out. Look down that list again, because there is something odd about it. Not one of those is a watering problem. The valves are fine, the seals are fine. Every single one is a communication problem. And you cannot fix a communication problem with a better valve. You fix it by moving the conversation, which brings me to the box on my own tap. This is the Johgee 4-zone timer, and the reason I run it is the architecture, not the app. It splits the journey in 2. A small hub plugs in indoors, beside the router, where Wi-Fi is actually strong. Then from the hub to the tap, it stops using Wi-Fi altogether and switches to a low-frequency radio signal, the kind that passes through solid brick and carries 500 meters in open ground. The tap unit also has a proper manual button. Press it, water flows. No app, no signal, no failure mode 4. 2 honest warnings. The hub takes up a plug socket, and the first pairing wants your router's older band, which can be a FAF. And if you only water 2 or 3 pots, you do not need this. A 9-pound mechanical timer will do you fine. How that hub trick actually works, that is episode 3. So how do you buy one of these without joining the angry reviews? 4 questions. Ask them in the shop or at the checkout page before any money moves. Question 1. Count the walls. Stand at your router, then walk to your outside tap and count every brick wall you pass through. 0 or 1. Standard Wi-Fi may serve you fine. 2 or more. You need a different architecture or you will be writing one of those reviews by August. Question 2. Ask where the schedule lives. If the broadband goes off tonight, does tomorrow's watering still happen? If the seller cannot answer that in one sentence, assume the answer is no. Question 3. Find the button, the physical one, on the unit itself. Turn the water on with your thumb, no phone involved. If there is no button, walk away. You are not buying a timer, you are buying a hostage situation. And question 4. Read the 1-star reviews before the 5-star ones. 5 stars tell you how it works on a good day. 1 star tells you how it fails. You are not shopping for features. You are shopping for the failure you can live with. Let us bring the root home. Smart timers are not a con. The idea is right, and on the right architecture, it is genuinely life-changing for a shift worker like me. But the reviews do not lie, and they pile up in the same 4 places every time. Signal that dies at the tap, apps that hide the truth, clouds that hold your garden hostage, and no way out when it breaks. Say it shorter. Smart timers do not fail at watering, they fail at talking. Keep that sentence, because it is the key to this whole series. Once you see these gadgets as radios first and plumbing second, every buying decision gets easier. Next week we get properly stuck into the physics. 2.4 gigahertz against 5 gigahertz, what your walls are made of, and why the slower network is the one your garden wants. It is called the wall test, and it will change how you look at every smart device in your house. If a bus driver explaining radio waves with a watering can sounds like your kind of thing, subscribe. It costs nothing, and it keeps this allotment in business. Right, that is the root for today. See you on the next one.